AITA for wanting to cut my wife's spending money, mine too, to hire help. I am 29M and my wife is 28F, we have 2 kids, 5M and 3M, and planning on 3rd kid. I work 70 to 80 hours on average and my wife is Som. I make really good money even for USA standards and we live in Europe in a country where cost of living is way lower. Argument me and my wife are having is that I keep telling my wife I don't have time to iron my clothes etc. and since she is Som, she should do it. But I know that having 2 kids makes her job as hard as mine, so I offered to get us nanny or help for our house, but it would mean both of our spending money would be cut by around 10 to 15%. I manage all of our finances and we get same spending money after investing and savings, but my wife is angry that I would cut her spending money too. I don't have time to do things around house. I am trying to help my father retire since he is turning 70 next year and he helped me a lot. Bought me first apartment when I was a student where my wife lived too during uni. I don't help him financially, I am just slowly taking over his company as well. I have 2 brothers, but only one works there and I am only one qualified to actually take over according to my brothers. That means I pretty much have 2 jobs, that's why I work so much, but it also means we have a lot of spending money. Around 6.5 to 7.5k euros each month. Note that spending money is different than money for paying everything like groceries and things for kids. We have separate accounts for that. My wife is really into designer brands etc. and spends all of her money on clothes shopping usually. She think I should only cut my own spending money if I want to hire nanny or help. I disagree and think we should both have our spending money cut. I got call from my sil and she said I am being controlling by wanting to cut my wife's spending money, so I am starting to be honestly doubt myself, because I don't want to financially abuse my wife. My mother used to do that to me. Here's the top comment from Reddit. Let's hear what are their opinion for OP. First from a deleted user, NTA. The moment you both decided to have kids they became the priority. That's sacrificing most of your things for them. She's being selfish. Don't feel bad for having to cut off her spending money. She's just being immature. It's only fair that you both do it together for the greater good of the family. Plus you have a kid on the way. OP replied, not yet. Third one we are just planning on having. When I am at home I rather try bonding with my kids and my wife over doing chores. I try to get a date night once a week, but it's usually every 2 weeks and Sil helps with babysitting. She has her own room in our house. She often stays over, because of issues with her BF, but they are not really telling me what's going on. And this one is from IamTinks, NTA. You actually sound thoughtful and your solution is reasonable. You could try explaining to your wife that you could make time to iron and help with the kids by working less, but this would also cut into spending money for both of you. Your wife sounds a bit entitled TBH. Good luck. And OP replied, I sadly don't really have option to work less, since even thought I'd do most of what my father did in his company. It's gonna be split between me and my 2 brothers and since my wife wants to maintain our lifestyle and send our kids to school abroad I have to work 2 jobs, 3 if you count managing our investments. Next one is from booby_alien, NTA. I was reading you post and I saw this. 6.5k to 7.5k euros each month for spending. I understand that this money is for having fun, like spending wherever you want. I mean, all house bill are paid and still there's this money left for spend with no worries? Come on, this is a ton of money, 10% of this 750 euros, and even if you spent 2k in a nanny, having 5k euros just for your own pleasure is a ton of money. I don't know if I'm too broke, but dude, that's a ton of money per month. It shouldn't be a sacrifice at all. See, I earn 2k reais per month, I pay rent and still there's money enough to me have all the fun I want. She's being selfish, miser, with a thing that can benefit both of you, unless there's another reason behind it that she doesn't want to tell you. Talk to her in a loving way and explain why do you think it's necessary and how much you love her and you just want to have lots of quality time with your family, and she's not a worse mother because of that. And from Amsler, NTA. Both of you need to make sacrifices if you want to pay for help because at the end of the day the help is there for both of you. TBH, your wife sounds like the here, refusing to give up her designer brands. And OP replied collecting clothing is her hobby. I don't feel like there is anything wrong with that, I don't get it, but she doesn't really get my hobbies either haha. This comment was from Parsimonious Salad. Hiring help for the household and childcare should come from both of your spending money. I don't see any good reasoning why you should take the financial hit alone when you'll both benefit. You can't work 3 jobs, if you try to take on the home chores she doesn't seem to have time to do. You need to be able to live your life and have quality time with your kids, and your wife, too. NTA. OP replied was, my father taught me that date nights etc. are important AF to have working marriage, and when I have time I try to take my wife for a date as much as I can, sometimes once a week, but usually every 2 weeks. And the last comment is from Francila, NTA, your wife is a som with 2 kids under 1, so she definitely has no time to iron your clothes. You have 2 jobs that allow the family to live comfortably, so you also have no time to iron your clothes. Hiring some help seems like a sensible choice to me. Is your wife comfortable having a nanny tough? I mean, is the issue just that she doesn't want to pay for it? A nanny would be helping with the kids as their main job, and helping around the house as an additional part of the job. Your wife has been looking after the kids, and having a nanny inserted in her routines and relationship with the kids can be difficult for many reasons. So unless she clearly stated that she struggles with the kids and wants an extra pair of hands, I would not press on this any further. You could instead hire a cleaner to help keep the home tidy and iron your clothes, in which case you both pay, or hire someone to only hire your clothes, in which case you could definitely pay on your own, unless they do laundry and ironing for the whole family. I used to iron clothes a couple days a week for a family and would get paid £50 for 2 hours each time. Which was good extra money for me, and not a big expense for them. You can comment down below, folks. And let's hear your opinion as well. And that's it all for today, guys. I hope you enjoy our story. See you our next one.